Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Football Talk. And today, we have Madden 26 official franchise mode deep dive. Now, I know a large part of you guys were not watching me when I was doing my franchise mode in Madden 20 and 21, but this is probably I say my second favorite mode. My first will probably be like the superstar mode, but it's really close. I mean, basically they 1A 1B, to be honest with you. I'm super excited for this one right here. Ooh, man, oh man, hopefully you guys are excited as I am. Let's see what EA's been cooking up. Without further ado though, let's jump right into this. Alright, back to start.
Franchise enters a new era in Madden NFL 26 with the most meaningful update in over a decade, built around your vision, your
that snow looks so good.
The first step in establishing your franchise legacy is to choose what kind of coach you want to be. All new coach archetypes offer unique identities with strengths and progression paths inspired by real NFL coaches.
Okay.
Then customize your coach's look with hundreds of new options from head to toe. Now,
I ain't gonna lie, imagine you got your coach in a suit all year long. Hey, nobody steals that idea, okay? Nobody steal that idea.
It's time to strategize. The new weekly strategy system lets you attack each opponent with more detail and control. How you prepare each week is up to you. Build in-depth game plans, identify counters, and make tough calls that will shape your season and your coaching legacy. Expand your strategic arsenal with all new coach abilities. 48 game day abilities and 28 seasonal abilities.
48 and 28 seasonal abilities, okay.
Every success lets you unlock powerful new abilities and open additional ability slots for more variety and control to outsmart weekly opponents. Adjust your ability loadout for unique strategies each week without compromising your true coaching identity. Now you can build a ball control offense or a defense that lives on turnovers. Stacking upgrade abilities to fit your scheme.
I'm an offensive type of guy.
New AI coaches and franchise will strategize against your style, adapt to your tendencies, and exploit your blind spots on game day.
We gotta see this in action.
Play sheets are focused sets of plays you can bring with you on game day to expand your base playbook. Play sheets enhance your strategy with situational firepower, and each one upgrades through 4 tiers, unlocking player boosts tied to those plays. Choose from styles like run and shoot, heavy sets, or blitz heavy packages, and master a specific play sheet for maximum impact.
Okay, let's go over these player sheets right quick. I got ride, slot, play sheet, the West Coast, Wildcat. I can see a lot of people doing the Wildcat. Heavy set. I ain't gonna lie, the heavy set, especially near the goal line or even like on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, I feel like a lot more people should be doing that. Because you're going to get not even just that 1 yard that you need, but you're probably going to get 2 or 3. And if you're playing against somebody, guess what? They're not used to, all right, let's get heavy on their ass. Everybody wants to spread out the defense and stuff. You know what? We're going to go smash mouth. Bam, punch them right in their mouth and let's see if they can respond. That's how I like it.
Equip up to 4 play sheets weekly, integrating them into your play call menu for more strategic control on game day. Play sheets also make your coordinators more relevant to game planning than ever. Each coordinator brings unique abilities and specialized play sheets you can equip weekly. Want to blitz a rookie QB or run a modern college scheme?
Ooh, I might do that.
The tools to make that happen. Wear and tear in franchise adds a new personnel challenge to your weekly routine.
Oh my goodness, no.
New dynamic
is that a new cutscene?
Change after each week's training. Rest players to protect them or push them and risk a setback that may keep them sidelined on game day.
If we earlier in the season, I might push my players
and help your players recover faster. Control your team's practice intensity, oversee player development, and find recovery for your superstars, especially as the season wears on. The new Coach Central Hub is your home base and an overview of your franchise's details. Review and upgrade your staff abilities and play sheets, and keep track of your new coach approval rating. As the leader of an NFL
You got a coach approval
everyone's
rating?
watching, and your choices carry weight. Your approval rating ultimately
Ooh.
determines your job security. Build enough goodwill, and you might just survive a tough season. Rich Eisen's iconic voice guides you through the defining moments of your NFL coaching journey.
Ooh, we get narrator?
The lineup will surprise plenty of people. So much so that even some in his own building have questions.
Eisen's commentary reacts dynamically to your unique path.
Ooh, I like that it's reacting dynamically. I like that.
In Madden 26, every
Are they predicting something with Adams? Bruh, oh my god, what?
That can reshape how you
I ain't gonna lie, the rain look fire too.
First time ever, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night games each deliver a distinct
Woo!
look, sound, and
Let's
feel
fucking go,
with
baby.
authentic primetime broadcast packages. A true NFL Sunday isn't
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
broadcast packages. A true NFL
Look at the
Sunday isn't
board.
complete
I mean,
without
look
a
at
recap of the
right.
week's
Oh
highlights.
my
Better
god.
than Scott Hansen to host Madden's all-new franchise halftime highlights.
Woo! We
and
got a new
weekly recap.
franchise halftime.
Welcome in, everyone, to the halftime report. Dare I say, ladies and gentlemen, the witching hour is almost upon us, so let's get after it.
Build your coaching legacy and take control with
Okay.
new abilities, play sheets, weekly strategy, and more.
Bro, look at the
Madden
walkouts.
NFL 26. Pre-order the MVP bundle to get 3-day early access.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie to you. EA cooked. I feel like EA cooked in this one. Now with the AI thing, you're gonna have to play the game to, like, you know, actually see how it works. But a lot of these things, oh my goodness, especially the coach depth, and like, I know I'm not big on like the coaching depth and stuff like that, but with these new systems in place, your boy might be, okay? Your boy might be. We shall see. Man, oh man, this looks good right here. But I'm about to switch to Eric Rayweather because he got some more things to talk about that we didn't see in this deep dive from EA. So I'll be with you soon. All right. Let's see what Eric Rayweather's got to let us know. This one's a pretty long one. It's a 24-minute one. So we're going to hear a lot of information that was posted by EA on their, on their website. And also he's going to talk about what was shown in the trailer. Let's go.
26 franchise mode and presentation deep dives just went live, and there's a ton of information to cover. This video is sponsored by EA, as they did give me this information a little bit early so that I could get this video ready quickly for you guys. Now for franchise mode, EA did release a trailer and a deep dive blog.
Oh,
For the
okay.
presentation portion, they
So
just
not
released a
as
blog with
much.
some screenshots. So we're going to cover franchise mode first, and then towards
Huge.
the end of the video, we're going to cover presentation, which got a big
I like that it was
overview.
focused on the
In order to miss
coaches.
the
I
rest of
like
the
that.
Madden 26 news and gameplay that I'll have coming soon, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on.
Ain't
so
gonna
you
lie,
don't
them
miss those
shoes are
important
fire.
videos. For franchise mode in Madden 26, they said first that they wanted you to feel like a real NFL head coach every single week all season long. Whether it's building your staff, adjusting your strategy, or preparing for your next opponent, they want your decisions to matter. Secondly, they focused on making sure every game feels different, from AI behavior to player traits to weather effects and opponent tendencies. They want each matchup to feel unique and bring you
Yeah, I
challenge. And then
love
on top
it.
of that, they want Monday
Oh
nights
my
to feel
goodness.
special. They want you to feel the shift in atmosphere when the calendar flips to December. They want you to see what's going on around the league via halftime shows and weekly recaps. So they've done a lot of work in bringing more life to the mode this year. But what's funny here is before they even get into any of the features and things that they changed, it said their number one priority was that they wanted screens to load quicker, and they said that they definitely know that we wanted them to load quicker as well. It said that they spent a lot of time in development making sure the screens would load quicker, and it said that they
I like
agreed
that.
it felt sluggish, and they wanted to make sure that they addressed that right away. It says we know it's not the most exciting change to the mode this year, but we know
You see how they said that? I really like how they worded that. I know it's not a big thing, but when it comes to like things like that in a game, a lot of people are going to say, oh, nobody cares about this. But then when you actually experiencing it and you don't feel them load times, you don't appreciate the work that went into decreasing those load times. You know what I mean? So I like that they said it like that.
it actually is a really big deal. The menus the last few years have been incredibly sluggish, and that takes away from the mode in a big way because it is a mode where you're constantly having to click in and out of a bunch of different screens. There's a lot of things that you have to tinker with, and when the screens load slow, it makes you not want to play it. So
We do have to see it though, so just make that clear.
So let's talk about coach creation. It says in order to make sure your coach feels like you, they need to look the part. Custom coaches got a massive overhaul with 200 new heads to choose from when creating your coach. There's also a ton of new gear exclusive for custom coaches. With more
Damn,
than
they
15
look
shirts,
nice.
15 pants, and 40 shoes. You can make more than 30,000 combinations to wear on the sidelines. We kind of already knew this because they've touched on it a little bit already. But yes, coach creation is now.
Yeah, y'all just hired him, huh? Y'all got him off the basketball court. It was like, yo, you want to be the coach for Philadelphia Eagles? Sure. He was just walking the street, minding his business. He looked like he was probably either on the defensive side of the ball. This is the owner that they said they needed a coach, or the team, or the Kansas City Chiefs would not be a team anymore. So he was like, I guess I gotta do it. He looks like a fan that just somehow, some way became the Los Angeles Rams coach. Okay, this dude right here, he gonna make you run suicides every day before practice even begin. This guy right here, he want to take the pressure off things. Breathe in, breathe out.
Finally up to par, which is good. Now let's move on to your coaching archetype. Now for Madden 26, every coach...
That's me, offensive guru. I ain't gonna lie, development wizard though.
Your chosen archetype will shape your ability path and growth. Created coaches will start at level 1.
Damn, okay, so you can reach level 50, okay. I think they had that before.
Weekly goals. And as you level up, you'll unlock new abilities tailored to your archetype. All real-life coaches are also assigned an archetype with fitting abilities. So what it looks and sounds like is they're kind of taking after what they did in the college game. The college coach system was a lot better than what they had in Madden. The way you upgraded coaches, got abilities, built out your staff, it was done pretty well, and it looks like they're just kind of taking that over to Madden.
Use your resources. I love it.
That brings us to the coach ability metagame. Madden 26 will introduce coach abilities reflecting real NFL coaching traits. They come in 2 types: game day abilities, which impact live gameplay, and seasonal abilities, which affect team performance over time. At launch,
so that means they're going to get updates because they said at launch.
Some will boost stats while others change in-game interactions. For example, the short hands ability will give your receivers a higher chance of catching passes, but you can counter that with the Mr. Dream ability, which gives your defenders an increased chance of knocking out the ball. And here are some other examples on the screens of abilities and the different tiers and what they do at different tiers. So again, kind of similar to what they do with college abilities, and you can see
if you guys want to read this, you can pause it
what you could equip to your coach
and read it.
Will help your team perform on game day. Now when it comes to college abilities, and you can see here on the screen just a few examples of what you could equip to your coach, and this will help your team perform on game day. Now when it comes to season abilities, there are 28 of these at launch, focused on off-field elements like player development, scouting, and staff building. You can use the practitioner ability for more training XP, Scout's Honor to hire more Tier 3 scouts, or Stud Finder to boost scouting on QBs. These abilities help shape your franchise over time. Now let's talk about tiers and ability progression. Coach abilities in Madden 26 have 4 stackable tiers.
Available abilities.
You can upgrade them via upgrade goals or staff points, but if a knockout goal is hit...
be lost entirely?
Or be lost entirely. Once an ability reaches tier 4, mastery goals lock in each tier permanently. Goals can come in the form of single game goals where you have to perform a task in game, or cumulative goals.
So you gotta get a first down or something like that. Like that could be one.
So basically these
get 2 interceptions a game. Okay. God damn. 2 interceptions a game?
Kind of have them locked in, it seems like. Because in theory you have mastered that part of coaching. Now, you also can build game plans this year. Weekly strategy and franchise mode has been overhauled to emphasize coach abilities and real strategic decision making. You can manage 3 loadouts: staff, play sheet, and trainer, with staff loadouts acting as your weekly game plan. Now, created coaches start with 3 ability slots, while top tier coaches get 6. Each week, suggested abilities
wear and
auto-fill
tear,
based on your
baby.
matchup, but you can customize freely. A new matchup panel shows team comparisons, key injuries, and opponent coach abilities, bringing deeper weekly prep to every game. Which brings us to coordinators. It says
I like
coordinators
that.
finally matter. In Madden 26, they play
Because
a major
in
role
the
in team
past with
success. If you're an
coordinators, like
offensive
you
head
just
coach
kind
or
of hired
defensive
them and you just, that was it. You saw their name, but it didn't really mean anything. I really like that they're bringing some life into the offense, defensive coordinators, special teams. Like I like that right there. I like that element.
coordinator handles all the defensive abilities and vice versa. Strong coordinators help balance your weaknesses and expand your weekly strategy. They come in different experience levels and can progress, regress, and master abilities just like head coaches. Coordinators also have their own goals that earn coach XP, making their development key to long-term success. So again, going back to
Which,
college,
from what I've heard, the college style
of
was
from Dynasty mode into Madden, which is a
11
better
times,
system,
10
which
times
should be
better.
very big for franchise mode. Now let's talk about play sheets. Probably one of the bigger changes they're implementing, at least that's what it sounds like to me. It says that play sheets in Madden 26 are basically mini playbooks that add unique plays to your base playbook. This is what real life coaches do on game day. They have 4 tiers. Tier 1 unlocks the play sheet, while higher tiers give player boosts during those plays. Play sheets level up or down using the same upgrade, knockout, and mastery system as the coach abilities. So here are some examples of play sheets. You have a West Coast play sheet, for example, based on the classic scheme that rose to prominence in the 1980s. The West Coast play sheet focuses
A
on
lot of play
control
action
and
as
high
well.
percentage passing concepts. So as you can see, the different tiers you'll get if you're running the West Coast play sheet. Coaches with this play sheet would include Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan, Jim Harbaugh, and Matt LaFleur. Here's another play sheet, wide empty. Utilizing 5 wide receivers in every inch of the field, the wide empty play sheet will spread the defense out to the max, stressing defensive backs and forcing them to cover every blade of grass. And here's some example of what the play sheets do at different tiers. Coaches with this play sheet: Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh, Kevin O'Connell, and Kellen Moore. And there's more examples in the blog, but I think you kind of get the gist of it. You'll have a play sheet loadout with up to 4 slots based on the coach level that lets you bring extra plays into each game. These play sheets integrate into your play calling menu with their own tab, showing all equipped play sheets, their tiers, and performance stats, making them easy to access and track in game. Now let's move on to managing your staff. This is going to be key in Madden 26, with abilities now extending to coordinators and trainers. You can use the Coach Central Hub to track staff goals, unlock abilities, and shape your strategy. If your staff doesn't fit, the Coach Carousel lets you fire and replace them. Job Security tracks coordinator stability, updating with team performance. CPU teams use the same system,
But I want to
but
see
your top
how
coordinators
good the
can be hired
CPU
away,
is,
keeping
to
the
be honest with you.
competition fierce. Coach Central plus approval ratings. This is something else that's interesting here. Coach Central is your hub for managing your coaching staff abilities and play sheets. The overview
I love the
tab shows
approval
your coach's
rating.
status, abilities, and approval rating, which reflects how well you're managing key groups.
Bruh, this is so cool
the
to see,
the
man.
players, the fans, and the media. A low rating could cost you your job. The abilities and play sheets tab let you track
Got the
progress,
draft
unlock
room.
new items with staff points, and view upcoming or locked content. And when it comes to the approval rating, if your rating is too low and your support is weak, you might find yourself.
Oh, so it carries over?
Approval rating carries into
Okay.
future seasons. A rough year can put you on the hot seat, forcing you to bounce back and rebuild trust with the key
Me
groups
too.
following the season. So that's something I think is interesting. I like that aspect of things. Moving on to player traits, Madden 26 will introduce 50 unique player traits that shape AI behavior, making CPU players feel more realistic. For example, Josh Allen's run-over trait makes him more likely to power through tackles. These traits apply to all positions and draft prospects. And we already know about this because we talked about this more in depth in.
I remember
the
Eric
guide,
talking
because
about
this is more of a
reading this.
gameplay thing here where the traits are going to make players play like their real life selves. So Kyler Murray is going to be a little more sporadic when he scrambles. He's going to have his running motion. Some quarterbacks are good at navigating
that
the
move
pocket
was
and scrambling
absolutely
around, but keep
ridiculous.
their eyes downfield and will always wait for that last second to still try to get the pass off before they run. Things like that. So this is a
Oh
gameplay thing, but this
my
matters a lot
goodness.
for the CPU gameplay in your franchise mode.
Bruh,
Because like they
playing
said, you
against the
want every
CPU
game to
now
feel
is gonna be
different. So
dangerous.
you want to feel like Kyler Murray is different than Josh Allen and Joe
Nah,
Burrow.
imagine you
these
facing
player traits,
Lamar.
in theory, should help week to week teams feel unique. And here are just some examples of some of the player traits up on the screen here if you want to.
It is a lot, so I'm gonna try to go through this as fast as I can and read it for you guys. You guys can read along also. Look for stars, takers, snap, mischief, seeking ghosts, quick trigger, panic button, double back, eyes up, hero ball, quick clock, paranoid, oblivious, acorn, throw it up, big hitter, punch it out, run over, strong arm, wild wind, elusive, instinct, fork, what? Forfeit, ovals into wait, how many of that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. It's 21 on this damn list. God damn. And I bet you there's more. Or they're going to add more.
Now let's talk about opposing coach DNA and real-time coaching AI. Madden 26 introduces Coach DNA, a system that reflects each NFL head coach's strategies and behaviors, making each matchup more authentic. Powered by
oh, I like that. Wait, is it going to show like that in game?
AI now calls plays based on real-life tendencies. This includes dynamic coach suggestions and personalized strategy. For example, Dan Campbell takes more risks. Nick Sirianni is going to focus more on RPOs.
I didn't know if they was actually going to show this on the screen when you playing.
Big for franchise too, because you want the coaches
that's
you're
cool
going against to call the game like they would in real life. So that should really help franchise feel a little bit more alive.
Yeah, boy.
Here's another big one.
And they got new what's names?
As well, but they are introducing wear and tear, which tracks everything.
I don't know why I can't think of right now.
Real life health management. Overusing stars like Derrick Henry or Lamar Jackson will impact their performance as the season progresses. With dynamic subs and full slider customization, you can adjust workloads and keep players fresh. Injuries have a recovery range rather than fixed weeks, adding suspense and realism. Now, there's something called dynamic injury status. It says injuries evolve week to week, influenced by factors like wear and tear. Players may improve or worsen, adding unpredictability to availability. You can now rest individual players instead of just adjusting by position, making for more strategic decisions. After training, you'll see updated statuses: out, doubtful, or questionable, and XP gains, helping you decide if a player is ready to play.
When we bundle our home and
where trainer roles and abilities come in, there are certain abilities that will help you manage wear and tear. These can help you recover faster, reduce injury risk, and improve chances of returning from injury. You'll activate trainer abilities each week in weekly strategy, giving you more control over player health. Now let's move on to some of the really good stuff that people have been waiting for.
This is what I'm most excited to see.
Packages. It said that they're thrilled to finally give players the experience of 3 primetime broadcast packages in addition to the new Madden package.
This is gonna be awesome.
Look, sound, and feel. So Thursday, Sunday.
Wait, are we gonna see the Amazon Prime time?
Different scoreboards for these games, custom broadcast graphics for pre-games, drive starters, and touchdowns. There's also package-specific wipes for players and teams. And it says one of the favorite things they've created for each broadcast package is an NFL bumper.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Are complemented by the Super Bowl's annual PA announcer Al Roach. Last year we introduced 3 commentary teams. This year we assigned each one to a primetime package. So Thursday night we'll have.
We're gonna have different. Nah, okay, yeah.
And it says as you make your way through a season, what you hear about a QB taking the field from Greg Olson's perspective will be different.
The scoreboard looks absolutely amazing in my opinion.
The commentary team will be chosen at random. One of the most memorable and distinct elements for the primetime packages are the theme songs. We composed a specific version of each one of them. Our custom audio elements are also delivered in the details with the specific sound designs you'll hear for the various banners and wipes. And I got to see a little bit of this when I was down at EA, and it looked and sounded really good. The music actually sounds like something you hear when you're tuning in.
I like that.
Games, the graphics, the scoreboards. It's finally unique. And again, kind of going back to what they said at the very start of this blog, they want every week to feel different, and this is a part.
Because I'm big on like seeing the presentations of things.
The halftime report. It says Madden 26 introduces the halftime report featuring
what
from around the league
and your friends games.
Online leagues. Scott Hansen hosts with his signature energy, bringing
woo, that's a tight end, baby.
The broadcast package theme songs enhance the epic feel of the show, making halftime a highlight in itself. Finally,
damn it, it's been that long.
About 20 years, we've got a real halftime show. Not only showing highlights, but it will show your friends' highlights in multi-user leagues. When a friend's highlight is chosen for the show, their customized player card will appear on screen. If it's a highlight from a game with 2 other players in your online league, you'll see each of their players.
Damn.
This is something that's never been in an NFL video game before. Not seeing your friends' highlights in the league. So I'm just glad that we waited forever for this. We all agree it should have been done a long time ago.
It might have came. It might have took like long as hell. but they're adding something that we ain't never seen in the football game before. Hey, but I bet you won't see no videos about that. Oh, it's just the same game. Oh, you might hit slap. Oh my god, then you shake it over on you. But y'all be the main ones buying the shit. I don't get it. I don't like cheese, but yet every time I order me a burger, I ordered it with cheese. Make that make sense, ladies and gentlemen. Please.
Scott Hansen, which is like the perfect person to get for it, and it sounds like he's going to also personalize things and mention important moments. And they also added a weekly recap show in the Franchise Hub showcasing highlights from across the league and your multi-user online leagues. Hosted by Scott Hansen, the recap includes insights like first-year head coaches wins, win streaks, playoff races, and postseason clinches.
That is remarkable.
And the fact that we're getting all of this in the same year to me is kind of crazy. Like I said, EA's been building to some of this for the last few years. They finally started to take the mode
it's so much more in depth than we've ever seen.
A lot coming at one time that we've been waiting for. So to me, it's kind of overwhelming just because we were not used to seeing this much delivered at one time. And
this
is
insane.
About the football weather because they've talked about it in other deep dives, but it does say that they
look at that. You can't even see the players.
Fine-tuning conditions like snowstorms in Green Bay or sunny days in LA. Weather now impacts gameplay with fog reducing visibility, slippery conditions affecting movement, and precipitation testing speed, acceleration, and change of direction. Teams familiar with cold weather like Buffalo or Green Bay will perform better in the snow, while warm weather teams will struggle. Dynamic weather, realistic wind patterns, and varying conditions make each game feel unique. And that's not all. We've also got some core improvements. They've improved the draft logic, it says. Now, I mean, they say this other years too, so we kind of have to see how that plays out, but it says that it enhanced the draft logic by reflecting real NFL trends. More linemen, especially interior defensive linemen, are drafted, and teams are now willing to draft multiple cornerbacks or wide receivers for depth. Running backs are also valued more, with teams willing to take them earlier. The draft values positions like linebackers, safeties, and edge rushers more accurately. And it says there's new draft prospect generators as well, adding unique traits to rookies for more variety and personality.
We actually got long snappers in there, okay.
Specialized Sam Will linebackers, and rare tight ends, running backs, and safeties. They've also tuned retirement logic. It says it improves retirement logic to keep star players.
Yeah, you did. I do remember seeing that a lot in like the older Maddens.
Rating rather than just position ranking, allowing veterans to continue playing if they're still effective. It says additionally, cases where players stayed too long have been addressed, making retirement decisions more realistic and aligned with real NFL careers. They also talk about progression and regression logic. It says that Madden 26 improves player regression to follow real-life aging curves with position-specific decline rates. Development trait regression now only drops one tier per season based on performance rather than random chance. Players must hit higher statistical benchmarks to maintain their traits, rewarding consistent success. Ability progression is also updated, making player archetypes feel more distinct, with different stat boosts for each type. And they also talk about game and season simulation stats. This is a big one because no matter how many features you bring to the mode, no matter how much you can do for the mode, this is one of those few things that can really hold the mode back for a lot of people. If the Sims,
you don't want to see a team get beat by 100.
A lot of people, so we have to see how this plays out. But it says that they improved franchise Sim stats by reducing the impact of playbooks on the Sim engine, making stats more realistic. The Sim now focuses more on matchups than playbook assignments, which prevents unrealistic outcomes like a QB targeting one receiver too much. While playbooks still have an influence,
I like that it's more balanced. Well, we got to see, but
and the team is
I like to hear that.
Pressing the engine to achieve exciting but authentic outcomes, ensuring memorable, realistic moments for franchise. Now, again, we got to see that to believe it. That's just one of those things. I mean, I know it can be a hard and tricky thing to get right, but an improvement there would go a long way. Madden 26 will enhance player morale to reward breakout performances, especially for younger players, for those with lower ratings. If a backup steps up due to injury, their morale gets a significant boost, leading to a potential rating increase and faster progression. This helps players stay motivated even on losing teams and gives them an edge when battling for a starting job. They also talk about revamped player tags logic. So
yeah, I ain't gonna read all that. But y'all got, you can pause it if you want to.
Pretty long, but they did revamp a decent amount of the player tags to make them better. They also updated news stories. It says new weather forecast top stories alert you to weather changes such as rain or snow impacting your game and others around the league. Draft prospect stories now have clearer labels, making it easier to follow scouting updates. These improvements, alongside enhanced coaching abilities, weekly strategy, and weather impacts, make this franchise mode's biggest leap in over a decade.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
All this stuff does work properly, or at least most of it. It's definitely the biggest leap the mode has taken in a long time.
Baby.
Now let's go over to the presentation side of things. Now this deep dive isn't as long as franchise.
I'm huge on presentation.
This is good for the entire game, but this is also again going to be very big for franchise mode because franchise.
Especially if you're a franchise player, you actually do care about this stuff.
So it's kind of like a double whammy if you're a franchise fan. So they wanted to upgrade the game day experience this year. That means field art, mascots, stadium graphics, stadium sounds, uniforms, all that good stuff. So with the field art in Madden 26, it says you'll experience real-world recreations of field art when the NFL teams wear alternate uniforms at home. So for example, the Buccaneers,
nah, that's gonna. I gotta see what that looks like. That's gonna be OD.
You'll see the unique field designs for whiteouts like Cincinnati and Minnesota, or blackouts for teams like the Eagles and Ravens, or the retro field art for teams like the Dolphins and Patriots. And it said the Texans special event looks will also be included. There are many alternate uniforms and field art combinations.
Yep.
This might seem like a small thing, but like when you come out in an alternate uniform that looks completely different than your regular uniforms, and the field is like different colors than what you're wearing, just kind of looks weird. I'm glad they finally addressed that.
I was about to say, I don't remember seeing mascots like that.
They kind of needed to come back for a while, but they obviously needed to rescan them.
I ain't gonna lie, the Falcon coming down though.
Technology's better. So
how much you get paid for that?
It said that they started with full scans. They scanned the mascots at the Pro Bowl, or in some cases, teams sent in mascots to them. And it said that they have 18 available at launch. They don't have every single one. They also noted there are 5 teams that don't have in-stadium mascots. So
I got 49ers, Bears, Bengals. Okay, I didn't. Sorry.
But here is a list of the mascots that's in the game now. And it says you'll see the mascots throughout the matchup and pregame runouts during gameplay on the sidelines, reacting between plays. So pretty cool there. They also updated.
Yeah, Eric talked about this.
Graphics on the scoreboards or whatever video boards are in the stadiums. The team sent them over to EA, so now they're going to be just like you see in real life. And it says they have motion graphics for 26 teams, and it says similar to mascots. They
Okay, got 49ers, Bears, Bengals, Bills, Broncos, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Chargers, Colts, Commanders, Dolphins, Eagles, Falcons, Jags, Lions, Packers, Panthers, Patriots, Rams, Ravens, Saints, Seahawks, Steelers, Texans, Titans, Vikings. God damn. Who the teams that's missing?
The graphics in the game, so it's most teams have them. They just need to get a few more. They've also upgraded the stadium sounds as well. And if you can tell here,
yeah, it definitely had a big impact, especially with the presentation part.
It's coming to Madden now. They're putting that same care into Madden, which is a great thing. And it says for Madden 26, these sounds will play a key role in immersion, with authentic stadium effects added throughout the collaboration with NFL teams. For example, the Vikings horn sounds are different on first and third down. The outdated sound effects like the Chargers electric zap have been removed.
Who they? Who they?
Who dat New Orleans are recorded from tens of thousands of fans to enhance the atmosphere. They also briefly touch on equipment as well, because I guess they kind of consider that part of presentation, and it said that they overhauled the uniforms this year to give them a better look. You'll see more wrinkles and a tighter fit. You'll just notice that they also just look better. It's one of those things when you see it in person, the helmets and the uniforms, you can tell that there's more detail in them than in previous years because they kind of refreshed them all. They mentioned things like coaches' hats and visors have 3
Ooh, I like that.
Team logos are even on thigh pads now. There's also new equipment that they mentioned here from Adidas and Nike, like the Adidas snakeskin cleats and the Nike Edge Pro 362 cleats. Face masks now automatically match the helmet style, which is a really great quality of life change. It says Under Armour gear.
Oh, I did not know that they wasn't
back in business with the NFL. It says they also did work with Team Builder. It's now got a new look and will be 2 times faster. It says render performance is greatly improved, so Team Builder will work on a wide array of devices and lower end machines. Same thing they said for college football. They also mentioned that the game will now have light show runouts for primetime games with powerful orchestration of sights and sounds.
And it looked really, really good. Yep. A lot of people pause on that one right there.
Doing the skull chant, and it said there's going to be other NFL legends returning to their former teams to perform game traditions.
Let's go, Rob!
Or Rob Gronkowski ringing the bell in New England as the keeper of the light. Greg Olsen returning to Carolina to bang the keep pounding drum.
Oh my god! Oh gosh, I gotta see this. Yo, I'm gonna be so hyped seeing this, bro.
For example, Big Red gets things fired up by cranking the Big Red siren in Arizona, and it says one of the most challenging traditions.
This was absolutely insane.
In Atlanta, so they got all that stuff in the game. It says they also included stadium music. It says they licensed 40 plus songs from a variety of genres for stadium music. Some of these songs will be nostalgic for longtime Madden players. Personally, Take Me Out by Franz Ferdinand takes us back to Madden 05. It says some of the stadium songs include Lil Uzi Vert's Just Wanna Rock, Beastie Boys Sabotage, Chapel Rowan's Hot to Go, Flow Riders Right Round, Foo Fighters, The Pretender, Metallica, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Those are just a few examples.
And I love to see and hear that right there.
Real music in the stadiums, real crowd chants, mascots, real runouts.
Which is crazy. To get in 1 year, get all of this.
Let me know what you think below. I'm really curious what everybody's thoughts at. Where's the morale at going into Madden 26? Does it finally sound like they've given you the things in franchise mode and in presentation that you've been waiting a long time for?
Man, oh man, this was so much. But they're finally giving love to the franchise, and I love the presentation, bro. To get all this in 1 year is absolutely crazy. I don't think we've ever got all of this in 1 year. And if it works, it doesn't even have to work 100%, because it's probably not. But if it works 90-95%, a lot more people are gonna be on franchise mode this year. I'm telling you guys, if it works like how it's supposed to, you're gonna see a lot of people that you didn't think will play franchise mode. People that have never touched franchise mode, they're gonna be playing this. I'm telling you guys. Mark my words. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. This was a big video because I did combine my reaction to the franchise deep dive from EA and Eric Wayweather. So it's a long one, you know. If you do make it to the end, if you make it to the end right now, drop your Instagram and I will give you a follow back. Or your TikTok, whatever social media that you're on most, drop it in the comments below if you made it to the end of this video and I'll give you a follow. Love you guys and see you guys in the next one.